Good morning. We are at the midpoint in the 31st week of our church year. And with this Faith Matters topic, we conclude the treatment, the review of the Beatitudes as Jesus taught them to us in his beautiful Sermon on the Mount. The last of the Beatitudes is a little long, so I'm going to have to read this just so I get it correctly for our own review. Jesus says this in conclusion: "Blessed are you when people revile you and persecute you and utter all kinds of evil against you falsely on my account. Rejoice and be glad, for your reward will be great in heaven." Now, if you remember last week's Beatitude, this one follows directly from it. And last week's Beatitude, as Jesus taught it to us, was, "Blessed are those who suffer for righteousness' sake, for theirs will be, they will inherit the earth." Well, there is a difference between that Beatitude and the one we look at today. That suffering persecution for righteousness' sake is more of a public witnessing to the truths of God's law, the truth as it applies to everyone at all times. And of course, we know we can suffer if we faithfully stand up for the truth as God has revealed it to us in his commandments and through the teachings of the church. But today's Beatitude is much more personal in nature. You and I can really suffer on account of our personal faithfulness to Jesus. Perhaps a good example might help. You might find yourself in a group of people, and all of a sudden the conversation turns to what is very obviously gossip and being the criticizing of another person not present. Well, we have a choice at that moment. If we're listening carefully to Jesus and we wish to be included in this Beatitude as truly blessed and holy, we will speak up and try and correct whomever is speaking uncharitably in a gossiping way or a very critical way, in an unfair way, about someone who isn't even there to defend herself or himself. Well, we may suffer mightily. The person may stop speaking to us. The person may even begin to speak about us behind our backs. Well, this is what Jesus is speaking about in this Beatitude. And he lets us know that when we stand up and are faithful to him in our thoughts, words, and actions, we will suffer just as he suffered. But also, he says, our reward will be great in heaven. So when we hear these Beatitudes, keep in mind we are listening to Jesus teach us his way of living daily life in this world. He's our model. He's our standard. We can look to our Blessed Mother and all of the saints to see those who've gone before us and faithfully done what Jesus is urging us to do today and every day of our lives. May you have a wonderful week and a blessed month of November. God bless you.